Good afternoon. This song is quite interesting. It's like Zelda crossed with corporate music. You know, when they try to sell how environmentally friendly they are. A new 100% recycled bottle. Anyway, hello, you. Hi, guitar. Oh, it's going a bit more party time. Right, we have options. Hello, hello Ken. Shall we go to the left first? Inequality. 10 points towards the smaller region. No. Sorry, having a snack. Got millionaire shortbread. Nom nom nom. Right. Well, this is a 4, which is smaller than whatever this is, which is smaller than the 6. So this has to be a 5. Easy enough. Add a 5. Add a 6. And there's a 4. Off to a flying start. 1. Smaller than... Well, it can't be 2. Can't be 3. Can't be 4. It's 5. At least. That 3 will fit in there. That 2 fits in there. That's a 4 there. Oh, it's nice having introductory rules again. It's kind of what I need for today as well. Because my brain... Not very... perfect example. Not very. Yeah. Ooh. You may find the note-taking tool especially useful within these puzzles. Interesting. I can see that. So, this has to be the smallest. So, you can start with like 1, 2. And this will have to be at least 3. And this 4. And this will be at least 5. So then you can like just do the maths and go, well, we've got 5 there, 3 there, and 1 there. And then 2 and 4. I have a cat just appeared next to me. Hello, Eva. I think she wants to go outside though. She's looking out the window. Okay. Well, I feel like I can see how this is going to go. But let's walk through it at least. So we've got a 1. We've got a given 1. These next ones then are at least going to be 2. But they're going to collide. So it's a 3. Means these ones need to be at least 4. And this one needs to be at least 5. But to do that, you start colliding with things again. Oh! That threw me. This is a flipped around the other way. So actually, this needs to be smaller than whatever this is, which is a 5. This is a 5. This has to be bigger, so that's a 6. And that's a 1. Hey, Raven, you coming for a lap? Yeah. Hello. I've been forgiven, have I? I was moisturizing her paws earlier because she has little cracked beans. And she was not too happy about it. So she was a bit sulky with me. But I guess I've been forgiven now. I did it. Okay, so... Well, these two are going to be different regions, so we can at least put a wall in there. And then we're going to have at least one, at least two, at least three, and at least four. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not going to get any bigger, so 1, 2, 3. 2, 1. But there is no rule about things having to be like on clues or anything, so we've just got 2 single ones there. Keep on climbing these steps. Ooh. So these are both down. So these have to be smaller. And they're gonna be smaller than 4, but it could be like connected. It could be 2 1s in theory. But then we've got these, which are like rotational. Kind of thing. So, this bottom right corner is probably a good place to start. VTuber Fire Emblem? What on earth game is that? Right, go back to this thing. So let's say this bottom right corner was a 2. That means it has to take those 2. Which then means this has to be bigger, but this has to be smaller, which is not possible. So we just have a 1 in this corner. So this needs to be at least 2 now, which means this needs to be at least 3, which we have, and this is 2. Now, we can probably do the same here. So this is a 1. No, sorry, wrong way around. This is a 1. This is a 2. I'll change the colors on that. And then this is a 3. Oh, and then it's 4 across the top. And now, the world is our oyster. Oh, oh. Yeah, but these are all the intro puzzles. Why do you have wet on your even? Where's that come from? Should I be concerned? Yeah, I think that might be pee. Just give me a second. I'll be back in a moment. Sorry about that. Just had to wash my hands and make sure the cat was on me. Right. Yes, that's all the easy puzzles gone for now, I'm sure. Everything else will start introducing new rules. And we get a range. Ugh. So, everything needs to be at least 2. So we've got a couple of dead ends we could start with. But if they're on an arrow pointing to something smaller, that means they need to be at least 3. And both of these are doing just that. Oh. It's alright. So yeah, this is also pointing to a smaller, so this is at least a 2 here, but then this is bigger. So if this was a 3, this is a 2, and this would be a 4. Yeah, and then this is something pointing to something smaller as well, so that means that's a 5, and that's the end of the chain. That's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 4. This here is smaller than 4, so it's not connected to this 5. So this is a 3, and then this will have to be a 2. And then this is another 2 here. Can't go down because then we leave a 1 spot. 3, 4, 5, and then we've got a 3 at the bottom. I like how that one's solved. Right, the same rules. Range 3 to 5. So we'll start with the smalls. So this has to be a 3 here, with a 4 above it, and a 5 there. And we'll do the same on this bit, so this will be a 3. Yeah. I'm bad at drawing with a mouse, I should just stop. 3, 4, and 5. So we can at least do some of this. They don't connect, so that is a 5 complete. That 3 will complete, and that 4 will complete. This 3 will complete, this 4 goes there. This will have to be a 3 as well. So this 5 can come out. That 3 completes, 5 completes. 4 could go up onto this, but this needs to be at least a 4, or most of 4. So what about this? This dead end. This has to be at least a 3. But it's on the bigger side of an inequality, so it has to be at least a 4. So this is at least a 3. And then, yeah, this 4 can't take here. Can't be a 1. So the 4 will have to go up. This has to now be a 4 to fill in that last blank, and that's a 5 to finish up. Sheep bank. and inequality. So we've got 2, 3, and 5. So this can't be a 2. So this is 3 or 5. This one on the other hand. Yeah, alright. Red. Red. There we go. Nice deep red. So this one has to be a 5. This one will be a 3. This one will be a 2. So that means we need to figure out a way for this to fit in. It needs to come all the way out first, because it can't go down. And then it will either go up or down from here. This one can now only go up. That's finished, and this can only go up. That's finished. This can't be a 2 because it's on the large size of a inequality. So this is a 5. This isn't that bad. And now this can't go up because then it's on the inequality. So that goes down. We have a 2 here. Got a 3 here, just to fill out that space. Now, we can't have any more 5s, because there's no space for them. So, these are both 2s. Get them in yellow. And this is a 3. And we can use the same logic here. This will be a 2. It gives us a 2 there as well, actually, and this is a 3. Which fills in that space. Get the lines in. That's 2, and then that's 2. Not too bad. See? That one, though. That's a 3. Ooh, hello. All regions must be one of these shapes. 3 or, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. And that's a wild shape to try and fit in places. But we get our first one like so. And I feel like it's going to be like the same sort of thing repeating, right? So you'll have these 3s in the middle of these sections now. That's going to be tricky, actually. I feel like this is right. Have I done something wrong? Is there a way this top right could mirror and flip? No, not yay for inequality. We like equality here. Right, well, let's finish filling out this for what I have at least. So yeah, this just doesn't work. So there's got to be something that I'm missing. Right. I mean, we can at least say that the 3s have to all be there, because there's only 2 shape options. I can't see any other way that this doesn't fit in like that. And this just doesn't seem to work either. Oh. No, I think I know. Oh, okay, right. I'm gonna go back, because I mostly had it right. Human. I'm gonna go a long way back, apparently. There we go, right. Let's get rid of this. All of that is right. The rest is full of these. Like, it's all just these. It's a sneaky puzzle. There we go. Thanks, but like I said, these are just the introductory puzzles, essentially. Like we're on easy street at the moment still. Oh, we've got Buxy. Buxy is back already. So we've got a big chain here. So this is going to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, there are a couple of things to note about this, actually. So, we've got 7 steps in the chain, but this 5 cannot be boxy, because it would need to be a complete straight line, and we just do not have enough space to get that in. But this needs to be a 6. So we have a jump here. This goes to 6. Means this is at least 7, and this is at least 8. But we're going to run into the same problem. This 7 cannot go anywhere. So it needs to be at least an 8. In fact, it has to be an 8. Oops. Which means now this is at least a 9. And it probably stays a 9 because we've got a nice 9 there. So let's fill these in. 9, 8, 6. 4 can go along there, 2 goes here, 3 goes there, 1 goes there. And then, if we fill in the outlines of all of them, then we've got all these ones that will fill in. Very nice. I like this little one hiding here. It's very cute. Okay. Mismatch, all regions must have different shapes. Okay. And we've got a 1 straight off the bat, so we can't have any other ones anyway. So all of these small sides need to be at least 2. Let's make them... Oh no, because they're different shapes, not different sizes. So one of them will be a 2 most likely. So 2, 3, we could have 2 3s. And then we could have 2 4s. Well, we can look at this straight away. They are the same shape, and that's a 3. Let's clear my notes. And we've got these, which are going to be at least 4. This could, in theory, be larger than 3. But there's probably something that's going to make it tricky. Let's fill in that as a 4. So, yeah, this next inequality arrow means this needs to be at least a 5. Which means this 3 can't extend any further. Five. But these two do need to be different shapes. So one of them will have to grow, which means the 5 has to grow too. Because whichever one of these grows, like you've got 2 the same shape. So this has to be at least a 6 now. And it's on the small side of an arrow. And we've got 7 down here. So that is 7. This stays... no, sorry, this one stays a 4. This one turns into a 5. This is now a 6. It can't go any further. And now we've got to fill out this with something. We can have a 2 there. We've not used a 2 yet. And then, yeah, that 6 at the end. Very pretty. Another 3. Ooh, I thought they were in a circular pattern then. I was like, how do you do that? No. So, small side, small side, small side, big side. So, that could be a 1. Oh, it's non-boxy. Okay, so it needs to be at least a 3. Means that's at least a 4, that's at least a 5, and this has to be at least a 6. If this is a 3, there's only 6 left here. It is large side. So what we could do is we could have a 3 and a 6 on this side and a 3 and a 6 on the other side. So yeah, I think these are all the minimum they could be. It will be 6, 3. And then at the top here, if we're already using 5, we've got a 4 left, so it would be another 4 or 5 in reverse. So let's have a look at this and see how this solves. So that's a 3, can't be boxy. Gives us a 6 there. It's a 3, and it gives us a 6 there. 2, 1, 2, 3. Can't wrap back on itself, so that's 4 there, that's 5 there. Five to make it not boxy for the 4, and we finish up there. There we go. Oh, there was something I was wanting to check with the overlay I've got. It's like everyone's name is Pink, and I don't know why. So I want to have a quick check. Let's see my overlays. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything to do with the username color. I'll probably have to look at it off stream another time. That's curious. Ooh, this is a nice room. Okay, never mind. Right. Let's do this one under the tree. Range 2 to 4 and mismatch. So. A chain of 3 there. You could have 1, 2, and 3. And then you could have. Well, we can only have one. Right, so either this is 1, this is 1, or this is 1. Like, it could literally just go, well, that's 1, that's 2. Which goes up. That's 3. That's 4, which goes up, and then that's 5. I think I can maybe see something wrong with this being a 1 and a 2, though. So. This is a 1. This 2. If it goes down, got another 1. Breaks the mismatch. Oh, also, not reading the rules. Range 2 to 4. We need at least 2. Ugh. Right. Here in a minute. 2. So that means we can't, just have 2, 3, 4. So this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This has to be 2 or 3, because this has to be 3 or 4, which means this 4 can't go up. Likewise, this 2 can't go down, because this can't be a 1. Oh, excuse me. So that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. And we can put those walls in there. Oops. This 3 could like bend up like that. Okay, well, actually, we've got our 2. And we've got the mismatch, so we can't have any more 2s. So these are both 3 4s. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 needs to extend at least 1 that way. Means this 3 does extend up. This 3 could go down or could go up. Actually, no, we've only got 2 shapes that we can be using 4 or 3. So one of them has to be straight, one of them has to be kinked. This one has to be kinked. So we're keeping the 2, 3 shapes. And this one will be straight up. That 2 finishes. We don't know if it goes up or down for the last bit. Yeah, but maybe surprisingly limited. Right. How many ways can we construct a 4? So that's probably our next question. You get quite a lot of options. So you could have a 2x2. You can have a T. You can have an S. You can have an L. You can have an I. Anything else is just mirrors, I think. So this bit at the top is what I'm looking at. That needs to be an I, long ways. It takes either those 4 or those 4. So put in a shape there. This 4 now can't go up, because if it goes up, it has to go down too, and it creates another I. Right? Oh, no, I'm not quite right. Yeah, now this one's the big thing. This is all quite crammed in here, right? So maybe it's like that. But then, yeah, you've got a 4 across the top. So it's got to be. How about if that 4 goes there, 3 goes down, that 3 goes down. No, that doesn't work because that blocks this 4 off. Let's. Oh, I want to change the colour on these. There we go. We can't have a 2x2 4 anymore. It's like you block everything off of the place. And we can't have a 2 here. So this 4. We could do that, but then again, you run into the problem at the top. So could that be an... And that can't be an S, because then you leave a 1. It's got to be an L that way, but then that means this is an L. I've done something wrong. I think it's this 2. Why did I assume that 2 goes that way? I don't know. That 3 could wrap all the way around there. Oh, no. Because this can't be... Right. I don't know. Right, there's no way this works. Like, that can't be another 3. can only have 1, 2. It's gotta be, right? Oh, I'm being an idiot again. These 2 4s are from the same region. Ugh. Thinking they had to be separate, but no, they can be the same. Okay. Alright, that should make this easier to solve now. So we can still say again, along the top we've got the 4 that is an I. This 4 could be L. Yes, that's an L, that's an I. This is an S, and then we have a 2x2. I feel dumb. But we did. Micro Mages remix. Oh. Nice. Do this one. So we have we've got another range of only 3. We've got a range of 3s here. So we can start with 3, 4, 5 and 3, 4, 5. That does not look like a 5. And then we've got a 3 here, a 4 and a 3 here, a 5 here. Now, again, we've got the mismatched, so we have 3s that are going to need to pair up. So this 3 will pair up with that 3, and those 3 will go together. Fill them in straight away. These 4s are going to have to grow. This can't leave a 1, so that's that 4. This is a separate 4 now. And then, well, those 2 5s are going to be the same. This 5 could be the same still. Or it could be separate. We're unsure yet. Okay. This 4 will just have to be a straight up 2x2 there. 5 does need to extend at least there. This might be a case of figuring out how much space we have to work with. So we've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right? 13, So this 5, take it to 12, and this 4 will take it to 10. Which means we've got 2 5s left to fit in. So let's look at this. If these are 2 separate 5s, it would go like that. Yeah, and then you have 5 there. Cool. Oh, bring the scales. Restore the inequality window. Oh, we've got another one here. Nice and easy. Rose windows. So this is smallest. This is the mediumest. And then this is the biggest in the middle. Same again, but only one color. Smallest here, mediumest here, largest here. Well, this can't take that. If it took that, it would not be in any way the smallest, so it will take this one. This has to be at least 5 now, and that will fill out the rest. Perfect. Polyominoes. So I mean, all of these are 5s. We're working with 25. Which makes me think they all have to be on the larger side. Well, all but one, because there's only 3 large sides. So it'd be something like this, right? And then you're trapping these 1x1s in. Oh, that's sneaky. And that's a 1 and a 2. Whoa, that's a 5. That was like immediate, like, no. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let me have some coffee. So it feels like it wants you to just assume they've got a T straight in the middle there. That's 5, so these 2 would need to be 6s. We've not got any other rules. Right, is there any reason that couldn't just be a T? So this would need to be at least 2. This would also need to be at least 2. this would need to be at least 2. So you could have them 2 separate shapes. Make both of them 1s. Ah, here we go. So yeah, that's it. This can't be a 1 because it's on the larger side of the inequality. So yeah, there we go. We do have a big T in the middle. And that is 5, so that means we need a 6 here, 6 here. So it's a 4 at most. No, I don't think that's useful. That could be a 1. This has to be a 4 at most. So we can wrap this 6 around. Can't go up again because again that has to be a 4. 4, 5, 6. We've got that now. Oh no, that could be more than 6 in theory actually. But we've got a 1 there. This could extend. So this needs to be at least 2. Which does block this 6 from going too far. But like this could be a 4 and a 1. So there's got to be something else. This 6 can't go to the right. Which means it's confined to the top here. That is just sticks. This now has to be smaller. This has to be smaller than 5. What are we working with? 11. 4, 3. Wait, this is bigger than 6. Oh. So. Can't connect to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then you'd have a 1 there, a 1 there, and a 2 there. These ones on the edge, I think. 2, 3, and 2. Yeah. Oh, we've got Delta and Gemini on this one, as well as area numbers again. So, we've got 3s here. This is a smaller 3, so this has to be a 4. This has to be a 2 or a 1. This has to be at least a 4, and it's on a Gemini, so this is a 4. So that 3 is penned in there, that 3 is there. This 4 comes up, it can't loop back on itself. It's not going to connect up there. So that's a 4 there, that'll be a 4 there, we've got a single 1 in the middle there. This is sort of a bit... feels redundant. It might not be. But it gives the puzzle symmetry. This has to be bigger than 3, so this is a 4. There we go. We just got a 1. 6 and bigger than 6. Which means, oh, and yeah, this can't go to the right here because that's on a Gemini. So that's a 6. And then the rest here is probably just going to do... Oh, hang on. Has to be at least 7. Hang on, how much are we working with? 15. So it's going to be 2 7s and a 1. So there's going to be like a 1 there or something. Or... No, because in the different shapes. They're different shapes. Are they the same shape? Yeah, and then we've got a 1 over there. Three in the hole. Ooh, okay, no, it's just Gemini and Delta again. We've got a 2 here on the greater side, so that's a 1. That's a gimme. This is interesting. Yeah. So there's something going on here. Right. So that's 5. This has to be smaller than 5, so that's at least a 4. It's on a Gemini, so that means this is at least a 4. Which means this is a 3. On a Gemini again, so that's a 3. So yeah, we've got a chain, an indirect chain that follows through there. So I can put a 4 in there. We'll have to figure out how this 4 comes out, probably like that. This 3 goes straight down, so the other 3 will have to go straight across. Let's get some color in here. This 2 will do something. That's now a 1 here. This 4 does complete like that. This 5 completes there. This 2 completes there. So this is on a delta. It has to be more than 1. It's also on a greater than, or an inequality, which has a delta on its smaller side, which is connected to a 1. That means this needs to be at least a 2. Not going to connect on the Gemini, so it has to go down. This has to be bigger. They're going to have to be the same shape. So that's going to be 4 and a 4. Put 1 up here. This isn't going to go any further because then it hits a 5. This 5 is going to wrap around there, and then you got a 2 and a 1. Which one's next? This one? It's a 3. palisade in for this one. So, this has to be at least a 2. There's something about this, actually. So one of these will have to connect with this at least. I am tempted to say it's both of them, which would give you a 4, and then this would have to be 5. But this always has to be a 4, at least. Just because of the way it be. Like, there's lots of ways it could be constructed, but it does need to be a 4. Which means this needs to be... which... always needs to be a 4, and it always needs to touch at least one of these inequality symbols, which means this green is at least a 5. Which means this has to be at least 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That does pen that in. That gives us a wall there. That gives us that as a 4, and then we finish off with some 1s. Tricking me right in the middle here. Don't like it. We've got another 1. There's 1. 10 and 15. Ooh, how many cells are we working with? 25. So this is going to be jam 2 shapes in the right configuration. That's not too bad. So let's go with orange and blue. If we call the 15 orange, bigger, hot, and then we can put orange on the bigger side of all of these inequalities. And for the 10, we do the opposite. Ignore that. That's just because these aren't connected. So that's the only way this can escape now to connect with the 15. Likewise, this turquoisey, bluey colour can only go this way. What are we up to with this? 8. 9, 10. I like that orange. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then the blue finishes up. Just enjoying my snack, don't mind me. Ooh. That's a precarious looking path. Just as well we're viewing it from above, right? 2. It's a lollipop. Well, we've got a big chain of inequality here. So we start at the bottom with a 1. And we've got a 2 above that. And then this is going to be a 3. Let's start making notes. 1. No, I don't really need it from here. So 3. That's going to be a 4. That'll be 5. And that'll be 6. This will be at least 3. Or most 3. This will be 6 and 7. You can extend the 4 and the 5 out. This 6 now has to extend down. This 7 only has 4 below it, so it has to go 5, 6, 7. Which means this 6 has to squeeze out, and that is the same 6. Oh, we can actually go further with this 7, because this 4 has to take at least 2 of here. Which means this actually only has 1 space below it. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keeps the 6 going. 5 needs to go to there. That's the 6 there. That's the 7 there. Yeah. 4 and 3. We can give that better colours, right? Red. Yellow. Green. Blue and blue. And a little spiral lollipop. Use the squeaky jet. I'm sure you can hear it. So there's sort of an indirect chain here. It's like, say this is 1. That means this would, well, I mean, it doesn't matter what's on this. Has to be at least 1. Which means we've got a 2 at least. Which means that is at least a 3. This is at least a 4. Which collides with this, which is now at least a 5, which means this is at least a 6. So yeah, let's start numbering these up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 6 will hit here, so that's a 7. Two, 3, 4, 5. This is tricky because now this is going to be an 8. So that is 6 though. So that means the rest of our logic is sound here. 5, 6, 7, and then finish off with 8. And there's our silver window. And we've turned 20 windows silver now. Got another chain by the looks of it. So let's say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got some assumptions, because like that could be 2. But this 3 has to go out at least 1. That means this 4 is kind of penned in actually, because this 5 has to get out. And you've got 4 spots there, so that is a 1, that's a 2, that is a 3. This is 5, 2. Hang on. I jumped the gun a little bit. The 3 or the 5 could still jump into here. Hello, Raven. You're back. You off to the beanbag? Yeah, we're going to the beanbag. So we've got 5, 3, 4, 5. 6 needs to extend out. 7 needs to extend out, which gives the 6 limit. The 5 takes the middle, so we can put the 3 and the 2 there. 7, 4, 7, and then 8 finishes off. Where next? This one. 5, 4, 3. 3. Wait. Oh. 3 is the larger side. So that needs to be 2 or 1. It can't be 2 because then it's on the larger side next to a 3. So that's a 1. This has to be at least a 4. This has to be exactly 4. So they are separate. 3, 3. We've got 4, 5. We can't take all of that because then the 3 has nowhere to go. We have to do that, which means this 4 doesn't work. Ah, this doesn't need to be 4. That's my mistake. So this 5 can go down there. There we go. That's 4 there. That's it. Yeah, 3 there, and then 3. Where to next? Any hidey puzzles that aren't brown pillars? Got a 4, got another 4. Guess we'll tackle the 4s, shall we? Yeah, let's do these 4s then. Let's do this one first. Oh, hello, you're big. Where to start with this? Probably down at the bottom. There's a lot of areas going on here. And like this whole area even. So, we've got this circular kind of bit. That's going to be key. So we've sort of had that logic before where, so, because this is the smallest, that could only be a 1. So if it was a 2, this would have to be a 3, and then you'd break. So that's a 1. That's a 2 at least. In fact, it will be a 2, and then this is a 3. This is a 4, which is trapped in here. And this is a 5 and a 5. Let's get some progress on this so we can see what we're doing. So 4, 5, which is like that. We've got a 6 here. This will be a 4 here. Which means this is a 5. This can't go back on itself, so that's a 4 like so. This 5 keeps going. Neaten up some of these numbers. 3. This also needs to be a 6. 2, 3. Makes this a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in theory, but this 6, they connect up together. Oh, yes, and I am making problems for myself by shortcutting what I'm calling them. They have to be at least 6. Different. So that is an 8. So let's adjust our numbers. This is 8. This needs to be at least a 9 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't wrap around on itself. So 7, 8, 9. Means this needs to be at least a 10 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we've got this bit that's tricky, which it can only take one of at the most. Which means we get another one, which makes this bit tricky. Got 5, 6. Let's just fill this in. Actually, no, we've got that set. That has to do that. So that's 9, that's 10. Could extend further. We've got this little chain here. So this is 4. This is 5, and this has to be 6. Again, at least, but that does mean this 4 is a set 4 now, so we can call that 4. Easy. 5 and 6. This 6 is going to have to extend out. Could connect, actually. Oh, that's tricky. That means this needs to be at least 7. Which again could connect down here. Oh, hang on. I see. So this 6 does need to connect with this 5. Because if it didn't, it can't get out because it turns back on itself. So these are the same region. We can get rid of the 6 and the 5 then. It's at least a 7. It is at most 9, so it's between 7 and 9. Which means this needs to be at least 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, can't turn back on itself. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then now we have a limit on this. So if this went up, it's on both sides of the inequality with the same shape. So this can't go up. It could still go to the right. But this needs to be a new region, which is bigger than 8. This is 9. Possibly connects up with this region now. This 5 needs to be able to escape. Yeah. So then that 5 is penned in. This 6 only gets to 8 if it stays here. So that is all one region now. This needs to become an 8. This stays as a 7. Which now means this is a 16. Let's get rid of that. This is 1, 6. Which means this needs to be at least a 17. So we can do a whole lot more extending now. 15. And it fits perfectly in there, actually. So now, these two are at least 18. And then they're 19. So we've got 39. Let's do a bit of maths. 39 minus 18 minus 19 leaves us with 2 left. So we are going to have it like these two connect up and these two connect up. So it's probably going to like wrap all the way around. Let's just get rid of them actually. Let's see how many we get with this. That's 19. And then that's 20. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a tricky one. But like it's interesting how it all weaves about. So it's 19 and 20, isn't it? 20 in the middle there. No, obviously we've got a bunch of ones, but yeah. And the other 14. 14, 15, 16, no 16, 17 and 18. And we are working with 64. Let's get the calculator out again. 14 plus 15 plus 17 plus 18 is 64. So we are working with exactness. So we've got this little trio of regions or inequalities. So that means we can have a 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can say, well, we know this will be 14. Hang on, let's give us some different colors. If we go with yellow as 14, green is 15, blue as 17, and then red at 18. So we've sort of got our starting destinations, and then actually this bit here is going to be exactly the same. 14, 15, 17, 18. So there's going to be some spiraling going on, I guess. These ones are a little trickier to figure out. I'm not sure what's going to be the deal there. Well, you can't have red on this side. And we can't have yellow on the other side. Maybe we can work on like a stretching logic on how far we can get. So 14 is exact if it goes for there. Which probably means 15 is also pretty exact. No, 16. Maybe it is something like that? No, that traps that. How is that? That's 10. Which is not going to be able to pick up that. 14. This is yellow. Maybe that's a good place to start. And that means blue needs to get out there. Yeah, I feel like blue's going to connect to here for some reason. And then you have red. That's 16. How are you meant to get that any smaller, right? Oh, I've made a mistake. Because of course I have. I've got this backwards. This is the smallest. So I just need to reverse the colors. So that's yellow. That's green. That's blue. That's red. There we go. That will probably make it a lot easier. So now we can have like these spirals and they work. God. This one is a little trickier though. There we go, 14. That's 18 exactly. This needs more. So it's going to have to fill out the gap there. You get a bit nicer colouring on these. Here we go. Yay. And apart from this 5 in the middle, is that all of the white colours? I think so. So we'll do this one as our last one for the day. And hopefully it won't be too tricky. Okay, so rose windows and inequality. This at the top is like the immediate starting point. Because this, yeah, like they can't, that red can't pick up a yellow and a blue any other way. It could keep going, but we don't know yet. This is maybe our clue though. This needs to be smaller. It can't go up or down because then it connects on the other side of the inequality. Oh, Final Fantasy rave music. now means this here has to go quite a way before it can pick up a yellow. And then it's going to pick up one of these as a blue. This red can only pick up that blue. It picks up one of these yellows. This blue is going to be a new region. Okay. This region here. If this top yellow region takes this blue on the right, this yellow region, how does it get out? It cannot, because it will hit this red. It can't take this blue, and there are no other blues that aren't between this wall of yellows here. So, this yellow has to go down for that blue. This region has to pick up that red and that blue. Which now means this is at least 4, which, I mean, we could have already said, so this has to extend. Has to extend twice. And this actually is set, so that's 7. So this one can't get any higher than 6. Have you just looked back over, cute? It is a 5 difficulty. But it is our last one, so I'm not doing any more after this for today. We're working through it though. We're getting through it, step by step. This region, so this is a 7, so this can't be any more than 6. This one can't be any more than 5. This can't go down here. Could take this last one. Actually, this blue can't go down because then it's on both sides of an inequality, so that is now finished as a 4. This picks up one of these yellows. There's probably going to be something that means it can only get one over the other. That isn't immediately obvious. This, I was going to say, this could be a 1, but it can't. It needs to pick up the rose windows. So, now, we've got like a 7, 6, 5, 4. Although it could be a 3 in theory. This went all the way down. Well, we've got 3 regions in the bottom to finish. So is there like a... No, there's not really like a defined who can take what. Because like depending on how it's all built, there are options. So that's a... Oh, excuse me. So I'm just looking at this pale orange. If this was a 4 and it went down, then this would need to be a new region, which we've already got all of our set regions. Okay. So this can't go down. It has to go across. This is a new region. Well, if this takes this blue, then this needs to extend all the way out here. No, unsure. Oh, hang on. This is on a greater than. This is greater than whatever this is. So this is at least 6. So that means it has to take this yellow, because if it takes the other one, it needs to keep growing, and then it traps the other yellow. So takes this yellow, goes down, needs to go down at least one more. And then that is actually set, because then this red needs to escape. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4. Can't be a 5 now. Which means this needs to be a 3. Four can't extend all the way down to the bottom, because then this would be a 3, and it's already got a blank, which means it would be 4. So that means the 4 goes that way. That goes around here. This is a 7. Make a note of that. These need to be 2 separate shapes or regions. And we can extend all of these out. That's a 3, so that one's set now. This has to be smaller than 7. This has to be bigger. So that is finished as a 4. This needs to keep extending. 6. And it already has all of its colors. So 7, 8 to be able to fit this in. Yeah, and then there we go. We're all done. Nice. Pretty window. Okay, so next time we could either do this new region on the back of this one, which possibly like extends the rule set, or we start another one of these, which both also look like they then extend into the another region. So, and then they'll converge around here. Carry on. Yeah, I think we'll probably do one of these too. I reckon this bit, but we'll decide later. Right, awesome. Thank you for joining, everyone. Yeah, and hope you have a nice week. We'll see you on Friday for, who knows, could be the finale of Mina. It definitely seems like we're getting to the end there. There might still be 2 episodes, but we'll see. You're welcome, Okita. Thank you for joining. It's been a pleasure. Have a lovely week, everyone. See you later.